Hi, I'm Drake. I'm going to be solving the 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. I haven't looked anything up, so I might get some of the terms wrong. We're going to go ahead and start from solved and scramble it, just like I'm supposed to, and then afterwards we will break down a little bit more what I'm actually doing. I'll talk about it as I solve it, but we might not hit every case. All right, I think we're pretty decently scrambled here, so we'll go ahead and start from here. So my first step is just to gather all of one axis on the same axis. So I just go with pink and purple because they're not on a standard Rubik's Cube. So what that means is I'm trying to get all of the pink and purple that are not on the outside to be on the same two faces. So I see that I already have a bar here, so I'm just going to roll with that. That gives me 3, and then I can put this one next to this one by putting it there. When we rotate it, now we have that, and so that's just pink and purple. We'll put that in the back. I see we have another right here and actually another right here, so we have these and these that we can just immediately put together pretty easily. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then if I put that here, we have all of these and all of these. So I'm going to say that this half is good, and so now we're focusing on this half. Yeah, and so I see on the inside, actually we have most of these on the inside already. So there's only going to be 2, so I have 6 on this side that aren't. Yeah, so now I'm basically just going to be treating this like a 2 by 2, doing these outer slice moves, I guess, right? It's like the inner version of this kind of move. But I'm just going to be doing it like that, and so I can just treat this like a 2 by 2. Before we do that, I'm going to rotate this so that I can just always spin this axis and have it be fine. Without messing up the pink and purple on this side. Okay, so to do that, we're just going to start building. So I see I have 2 on this side already. We can try to find if there's maybe a slightly easier, slightly less moves, but it doesn't look like it. So we're just going to kind of start dropping stuff in. So I have this, so we can drop that in here by just doing some simple insertion stuff. And then I have this one that can go in here. So if I put that there, the one that I'm inserting is back here, and I'm trying to put it here. So we can do this. Cool. That gives us all pink and purple there. So now all I have left is to get this up. And so to do that, I'm just going to do soon because I already have this up. So cool. So that gets those up, and we still have these that are wrong, that are like on the outside. So if I just put all of this on the same axis, and I do a gyro, that'll pull the ones that are on the outside to the inside to get them all to be on the inside. So now they're all on the inside, so I have them there and there. This side is still good. This side, on the other hand, I still have to do some more algorithms. So there is an algorithm, obviously, just to do this right up, but I find soon is really easy to execute, so we're just going to do soon and then anti-soon in this case, and that'll get us there. So that gets us in the soon case, and actually anti-soon in this case. So we can then anti-soon, right? And there we go. All of the pink and purple is on the same axis. So there is an edge case that I missed here, but I'll go over it again. But it's basically where the 2x2 state to get all of the pink and purple on the same axis is impossible. And so I just do a gyro. I set it up so that 2 of them will be flipped onto the outside and 2 of them won't. And that's always possible. And then I do a gyro to put them on the outside, get those 2 together, do a gyro to pull it all back together, and then it is solvable. Anyways, so from here we can just do a gyro to get all of the pink and purple on the outside. I don't know why the flashlight on my phone turned off, but that's okay. Yep, so now all the pink and purple is on the outside, so now I can just kind of solve it, just the insides. I mean, or solving all of it, but anyways. So we're going to start by just solving the purple cube, because that's always what I do. So I see I can get these together pretty easily like that. There's our first little bar. I'm going to put that somewhere that is, I can just do this, easily accessible for me. Then the other 2 is here and here. So this is also pretty easy to make work if I just put that there. Now those end up next to each other, and then there's the white face of the purple cube. So then we do the yellow face of the purple cube. So this is a little bit harder, but it's not that bad. So I see this right off the bat. We're gonna put that like that so that I can take this. Yeah, and I'm pointing to a lot of things that are, it's not gonna be hard, it's not gonna be easy to follow, but anyways, I've got those next to each other. So now I'm gonna get those kind of attached to another one of the yellow and purple. And that doesn't make any sense, but it will in a second. So these 2 are the 2 that I'm trying to get next to each other. So the color they share is obviously yellow and purple, but also red in this case. So red and red. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up so that when I do a rotation like this, they can be attached. And so I'm going to pull these up next to this. This is incorrect. This shouldn't, these go next to each other, but not in this axis. Well, actually, these don't even go next to each other, but yeah, anyways. Basically, it's just yellow isn't up here. So now when I do this and bring it back, we can see that this is in a state that I can just flip another, I can flip this to attach it to the piece that I care about over here. So when I flip it, it hides that away, gives us access to the one that's yeah. So when I put this here and I flip it back, now those are next to each other and those are next to each other. These are pretty easy to separate if I just do that, and then there we go. Now that's the yellow, and if we get the colors right, there's the purple cube done. So now I'm just going to solve this like a 2x2, where I just am doing dummy moves over here, and this is just going to keep spinning basically, and yeah, there is a parity case there, but it's not hard to resolve. So starting off strong, we have 2 of the white in a less than ideal spot, but that's okay. So we're just going to start doing some 2x2 algs. Well, and actually this is just solving a 2x2. These aren't algs, but anyways. So there's 3, and the colors are right. Got to get this one. I'm going to start by just positioning it. And I'm doing like a 1-2, but every move I do over here is mirrored over here. Yeah, so now we're going to get this. Okay, so at this stage now I have the first layer done. I'm gonna just, for my own peace of mind, I'm gonna set this up to be solved again. It doesn't change anything, but I like it that way. Yep, so now we're doing just a bunch of soons here because, again, I find them easy to execute. Oh, gosh. Now, soon should always return this cube back to being in the correct orientation. So there was like a misstep there, but I corrected it in the moment and figured out what I did wrong, and this proves that I did it right because they're back to being correct. Yeah, so now the easiest I've found for this is AA. It's pretty easy to execute, and we're going to get lucky here and avoid the parity case, but I'll talk about that in a second. And we've even gotten lucky and had the colors in the right spot. But yeah, there you go. That's the 4x4, nope, the 2x2x2x2, solved by me, Drake Vorndren. And yeah, so I'm going to stop the recording and talk about the other cases. So it's possible in the last step to end up with this being 180 degrees off. As far as I can tell, it's only possible to be 180 degrees off. I've either gotten insanely lucky and never gotten 90 degrees off, or it's just possible for 180. My algorithm for this is pretty simple. I'm going to start by separating the pink and the purple, rotating them like this, and then putting them in a sort of 2x2 pattern. This is just a series of moves that move some stuff around. So it basically moves this column here, this column here. Yeah, so it just moves some columns around, but that resolves this parity case. So when I put it back to being this way, and so it's important here to match colors. So if I rotate this so that the green ends up next to the green here, now when I do this, we'll end up with both of these cubes having 3 solved faces and 3 not solved faces. So I'm going to take 2 of the solved faces and put them on the top and bottom, and the other solved face goes in the back. I'm going to do that with both cubes. So solved, solved, solved. Solved goes in the back. And then I'm going to do a 2x2 algorithm that I actually mirror on both sides here because it's the same case. So that looks like this. And you see that resolves the parity case. All right, so the other edge case that I missed is while you're putting all of the pinks and purples on the same axis. So you see this side, all of the pinks and purples are on the same axis, and this side we have all of the purples and almost all of the pinks, but it's not in a possible 2x2 state. So in order to resolve this, I get only 2 of the pinks or purples up on this, and exactly 2. So it not 1, not, yeah, exactly 2. Anyways, to do that, we can just do, in this case, I think a soon should work. And there we go. So exactly 2 pinks or purples are up there. So now when I do a gyro, all but 2 will end up, all but 2 of the pinks and purples will end up on the outside. So So here we can see all of the pinks and purples except for this one and this one have ended up on the outside. So now all I have to do is pair those up next to each other. So I can do that like that. So now these are next to each other, and when I do another gyro with this not ending up on the outside, because we want them all to be on the inside. So now we end up in so you see this side is still solved. This side we have a very similar case, but now this is actually resolvable. So hopefully that made some amount of sense. At least hopefully I've proved that I know how to solve it consistently. So yeah, that's my entry. Thanks.